I've always been a Japanese car fanatic, so I've always loved the Jap stuff like the Supras and the Skylines, etc. And then also been a Honda fan for a long time. So then when I saw the FK8 come out, just appealed to me straight away. I don't know, the looks and the styling was just 100% for me. I know a lot of people either love it or hate it, and for me it was love at first sight. The way it comes stock with all the red pinstriping, etc., it looks cool, but was a little bit too much for me, so I've taken that off and kind of dialed that down a little bit. So yeah, obviously different dynos all over the show always give different results, but I dynoed at stock and I was getting around 190 kilowatts on the wheels. My last dyno with some of the PRL stuff, I've not done a recent one, but I'd say, with 90% of the mods I've now got on, so it was the intercooler, the charge pipe and the PRL intake with Hondata, which is a huge power gain over stock. I got 250 on the wheels, the growth. So from about 190 to 250 with Hondata and the bolt-ons. This color, the polished metallic metal, I've seen around 10 or so on the various groups and at the car meets and stuff, so I don't think a huge number. The most popular is the Championship White. There's quite a few of those around, and then the Sonic Pearl, the lighter grey color. But yeah, these polished metallic metal, I'd say around 10 or so.
Have you drilled any Golfs?
Yeah, one or two.
Which ones?
I had a good run with a 7R.
Yeah.
Luckily we were rolling, because off the line I think you would have had me for sure. But once you're up and running, then it was good. Yeah.
So you beat him.
I did.
I'm so happy.
Stay at that pace is next to you. Go back, pull back a bit. Stays next to you.
This is like a grande.
Yeah.
A grande cappuccino.
This is a grande cappuccino. No.
Yeah, so for me, I think carbon fiber is the best thing in the world, so kind of added as much as I can to the car. So at the moment I've got the APR front splitter, the Varus carbon fiber rear wing, and then just small accents throughout the car. So wheels and suspension stock, it comes with 20-inch wheels. They didn't, in my mind, fit the car, fit the arches as well as they could. There was like a weird gap between the wheel and the arch. So what I've done is I've dropped down to 19s and gone a bit wider. So it's from 8.5 now to 9.5 wide. That's kind of filled the arches a bit more. And then I've got the Eibach lowering springs on. So it just sits a little bit lower, a little bit wider, and kind of fills out the arches better. So I mean, locally, when I started kind of the build on the car, there was nothing. You couldn't get anything. And then kind of doing the research globally, there's a couple of players like Mishimoto, I don't know if I said that right, and then PRL based in the States, and they've done a lot of research and development into the FK8. They've got a lot of data behind products that they've got. There's quite a few big builds in the States that are using the PRL stuff and getting really strong power, reliability, etc. So kind of all those factors for me were what sold me on the PRL kind of brand, and I've gone all in with them. So basically all the bolt-ons from the intercooler, charge pipe, inlet pipe, etc. I've gone full PRL, and yeah, very happy with it so far. No launch control. It does have traction control, but then also with the Hondata system, you can add launch control. It's got its own traction control as well, which is hugely, I guess, upgraded on the stock traction control. So before Hondata, I had trouble with traction. I kind of wheel spin a lot pulling off. Since running the Hondata and the Hondata traction control, even though there's more power, I'm got a lot more traction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this it here?
That's it there, yeah.
So it's pretty much handheld type.
Yeah, so that's the FlashPro Manager is what they call it. Basically that plugs into your OBD port, and then you connect your laptop to that, upload all your maps, and then you can tune from there as well. Cool. So at the time of getting Hondata, you couldn't do a virtual jailbreak, so we needed to have someone who was a specialist come up and do it. So got hold of Chris in PE, and he came up, we flew him up, we did a group buy on the Honda group. He came up, installed it, did the jailbreak, etc., and got it all set up.
Lights already on. Activated using cell phone connection.
That's so cool.
So you can pretty much customize that as you want to. So I've got intake temperatures at the moment, but you could put a rev gauge there. It's got the shift light at the top.
Does that say ethanol?
Yeah, so I've got that ready there for when the flex fuel kit goes in. Then you can kind of see your mixtures and make sure where you want to be as well.
So you don't get the standard on a normal FK8?
No, so this is through Hondata.
I bet you're like a kid in a candy store when you first saw that.
I love it, yeah. There's so much you can play around with and tweak, and yeah, it's good fun. Let's see what we've got. So this is kind of gives you a sense of all the stuff you can customize and play with.
That's pretty tricky. Oh man.
Also gives you if you have any codes or whatever. So you can also show things like boost and all those kind of things as well.
That's so cool, man. This is why we love Honda.
Yeah, definitely.
Did I tell you I'm a Honda fan?
You did.
Quite a few times.
You're invited to the next breakfast ride. Next on the shopping list, I've got the PRL Flex Fuel Kit coming in. So that'll be the next thing, get that installed. Then remap the car. I've not done yet a custom tune to bring everything together. I'm using the standard Hondata base maps for all the PRL stuff. So kind of a custom map to bring all that together. I think should get quite a lot more power out of it as well. And then eventually PRL's working on a bigger turbo and a turbo upgrade, so that might be on the cards in the future. And then it's super pricey, but the Hondata fuel upgrade, so it's an upgraded fuel pump and fuel system, again gives huge increases in power on the car. So that's on the cards, because you quite quickly run out of room with the stock fuel pump and fuel setup with the mods, etc. So yeah, that's the plan.
It's hot, eh?
Thank you.
I'm a big Honda fan.
Yeah, me too. So it's been a journey from an EK through to an Accord S-Type to finally getting this guy. So also,
Thanks for giving me a nice Father's Day experience.
and thank you. Thanks guys for the shoot. Yeah,
You know I'm a big Honda fan. Did I say we should go on a date?
you did. You mentioned it. Yeah.